how to submit your UK tax return. Whether you're watching it in January or straight after the deadline and rushing through, this is the right video for you. Once you've got all your numbers, this is the video you need to look next, and I'm going to talk you through fastest way to file your UK tax return. So let's get into it. So when you open your website or your internet browser, you want to type in HMRC self-assessment. A login option is the best one for that to take you to the right place. So I've used it a few times already, so I can see I've got it, file your self-assessment highlighted. So that is what I'm going to be pressing. Then you scroll down and you need to find that sign in link. Enter your details, and then HMRC nowadays wants to check your identity, send secondary checks. I have always used the text option, so I'm asking them to send me a text with the code, and it takes 30 seconds, I would say, that text to come through. And once I receive it, I'll enter it into my access code. You can press Remember Me in this computer for 7 days, and voila, up comes the website. So you need to navigate to business tax account self-assessment. This year I'm doing 23-24 tax year, and the deadline is end of January 2025, but hopefully you're not rushing to do this tax return, but just similar ones. So as you can see, I pressed the option there to file a self-assessment. You can briefly read through what HMRC is informing you about, what you can use the service for and what you can't. If you need to filling in your tax return, HMRC is really good actually explaining what it's all about, that you need to do and what you need for it. So let's press start now, and it takes me to the next page. I'm a full-time employee, and so I have got already automatically, HMRC has got automatically my full-time employment information, all the tax I already paid, etc. So that comes here. I've blurred it out. My workplace has already taken care of it. They submit it and then they link my name and etc. to my account. So that's all the information. You just need to confirm that you're happy with it. Where you find this information is P60, which your workplace HR should provide you. And so then you just look through your personal details. I've seen every year that HMRC is improving their website or how it does communicate with the small businesses. So this year they've asked mobile phone and email address, or maybe they've done it every year. So, but yeah, just go through, confirm these details are correct, your address, etc. But yeah, so just click through each of these steps. On the right hand side, I've highlighted which one you are on. On the third section now, again, just read through. In this section, it's asking questions about self-employment. Can go different route if you have only done less than 1,000 revenue. So just go through each of the question, read what they want. I haven't got any capital gains or anything else. I've just got my full-time salary, a little bit of bank interest I receive from one of my banks, and then just my self-employment income. So here it asks about interest. I put yes because I've got just a few pounds of bank interest. I think it's better to declare it than not. Dividends, no. UK pension, other UK income, as I said, I've only got one that I've already declared. Tax losses, income tax losses, no. Pension savings tax charges, no. So here we go, page 3 of 3, still in the thread search. It seems like it's quite a long kind of process, but actually you can just quickly read them through and pick your options. So I'm just going through this section faster now. if you're not sure how to answer certain things or what something means that they're asking, there is always drop-down option that you can press and read more about it. So now we've popped into the fourth section, just shows us an overview what we've done so far. We're going to the my payroll section, which I'm not going to cover in this video. If you want me to cover how to do combined return, like your proper job and self-employed kind of mixture of entries, let me know in the comments and I can make another video about that. One thing actually I would like to make you aware, if you're working, and especially if you're working from home, government allows you to have some allowance to your energy bill. So there is a section in there, the last section there, expenses. If you're mostly working from home for 52 weeks, it's £312. So I've entered that. Well, now we're coming to the juicy bit, details about your small business, self-employment. Did you have an annual turnover over 68,000? They're asking that because of the VAT registration requirement limit is that. What basis you are doing your return? I'm doing cash basis. Have you changed your period of accounting? I have done my returns from the 1st of April to 31st of March, so the answer is no. Then it asks all kind of other options. If you want to do just a simple expenses basis, none of these apply for me, so that's what I've put here. HMRC always asks about the type of business you do. I don't know why they don't pre-fill that in every year, because you're doing the same business. But just be mindful, write very short sentences. Character limit is really low in here, as we can see later on once I submit that. Then have you changed any address and name of your business? You started after 5th of April. Enter the start date. It's optional, so there's few fields where there's optional answers. You can just leave them empty. So they only allow 42 characters in here, so I need to rewrite my description. Producing handmade items and selling them online is way too long. I think I'm gonna change it. Making handmade items and online sales, maybe. Next page now, what date your account's made up to. I'm writing 31st, and if you did cash basis, and so I'll press yes here, although it says it's optional, but I press yes and save and continue. So here, review what kind of expenditure you can include with your return. I've got another video regarding that, so check this out if you want more information about which kind of expenditure you're allowed to include in your self-assessment return. But in principle, it's everything just related to your business needs. You just go through all of these sections and fill it in and save and continue. Class 4 national insurance. So it asks about your national insurance contribution. Class 4 NIC just explains that none of these apply for me. If there is any other information you want to provide, and then you get the overview of your numbers. I've blurred these out, and then once you're happy, you can add another business, but once you're happy, you click next, and then it goes on to ask about class 2 NIC amount. It takes it out automatically, although you should be able to get nil return if you're paying already national insurance from your full-time employment. It asked me to pay £179.40 for that. I guess more you pay in, more you get out. This was actually a section where I thought I wanted to figure out how I can put it 0, because as I said, I'm paying national insurance class 2 under my full-time employment. HMRC has actually got a really vast array of YouTube videos you can watch to get more information about each element of the return, or kind of how to run your business, what HMRC is expecting from you. So I had a look on their class 2 national insurance information that they provide, just to try and understand how I can make it 0. So I tried all the options that they've provided me on that video, but I still couldn't get it working. So then I went on to the next section, UK interest. So this is where I put my bank interest. It was just low number, but I thought I'd rather enter it than not being taxed. This goes actually onto the second box. So I calculated my untaxed UK interest from my bank and then entered this amount on the untaxed UK interest box. The other one is optional, so you don't have to put anything in there. I don't have any foreign interests, and then you just click save and continue. So it's underpaid tax for PAYE code 0, so my workplace has correctly calculated everything, and then you just click yes. Other debts is 0, you need to enter 0 here. You see how HMRC kind of highlights this actually is required entry. Even if you put 0, you still need to enter something. So that is what I have put here, but always good to check, save and continue. Overpaid tax, next, and then adjustment to tax due. So if you do any tax, but I have nothing, so I just, all are optional. So I just pressed save and continue. Is it provisional figures? No, because I calculated my actual numbers. Any other information? Try not to enter anything here, so click no in here, save and continue. But yeah, you can read through what they say when you should do it. So overview of the tax return gives you what sections you've entered. I've entered it all, and then it will take you to the next station as a calculation, and it tells me how much they owe me, payable to you, so I'm getting some money back. You can have a look as well how it was calculated. If it shows you all the calculations, how it got to that number, and then you press save and continue. You can download PDF or send it to your email, but at the bottom you need to press save and then continue, and then it's the last one is submit your return. So that is declaration. HMRC kind of states what you're submitting, what you're committing to, and then you need to tick the box that the information given in this tax return is correct and complete to the best of your knowledge and belief. So you tick that box and press submit. It also says that you must re-authenticate yourself before your return is submitted. So once you press submit, it will ask you to receive another text message with a code, and then you need to enter that. And you're submitting your return. Don't leave this page. You need to wait until the submittal is processed. Okay, your return is submitted. Gives you the reference number and what you can do as the next steps, but it usually takes up to 72 hours until it's officially registers in HMRC website, and you can review it then and kind of make any changes if you need. I have now completed my tax return and should not incur any penalties, and I'm getting money back as well. It takes you back to your general page where we started. If you want to see how I prepared my Etsy sales figures, check out this video, or I put it on the description as well. Hopefully you find it useful. If you want to see more of this kind of content, please give me a nudge below.